Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike, and today we are continuing our series on the Predator collection by Lanard Toys. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this series of figures, Lanard Toys is the company who released the Walmart exclusive Alien action figures. And back in December, they announced the Predator collection, a series of action figures based upon the character that would be marketed more toward younger collectors and kids. There are 4 action figures that have been released so far. The 12-inch Jungle Hunter Predator, as well as the 3 7-inch figures in the Hunter series that you see before you. The Berserker Predator, City Hunter Predator, and the Jungle Hunter Predator with active camo. All of these figures are available at Walmart. The 12-inch figure retails for around $19.99. The Hunter Series 7-inch figures retail for $9.84 here in the U.S. And the value on these figures on the aftermarket has already doubled and even tripled. I've seen them going for as much as $40 and $50 on both Amazon and eBay. So if you haven't picked these up, I highly recommend it. If you haven't watched my video of the 12-inch Predator, I recommend you go back and watch it first and then come and watch this, because these figures are just phenomenal. I know they're marketed more toward kids. They don't have some of the level of detail and articulation that the NECA figures do. But they're also not as menacing, not as fearsome looking. You know, it's more of a acceptable type figure for younger collectors and kids, if you want to introduce them to the character of the Predator. And, you know, they don't come with some of the accessories that the NECA figures do, like human skulls and spines and things like that. Each of these 7-inch figures in the Hunter series has 25 points of articulation. That in itself should tell you something. But looking at all 3 figures here, you see they come in very incredible window display boxes. They have nice artwork on them. You know, you have your titler at the top of the packaging. In the upper right hand corner, you see the targeting image from their plasma caster and their helmet. They have this sort of backdrop insert that's inside of the box, and then you see the accessories that they include. The Berserker Predator has the plasma cannon. City Hunter has the throwing disc and the staff, and then the active camo Jungle Hunter includes the capture claw. They all have wrist blades on them. They all have plasma casters on them. They all have the mask with them. And again, these are exclusive to Walmart here in the U.S. So let's go ahead and talk about the City Hunter Predator. This is based off of the Predator in the second film with Danny Glover. The coloration on the skin is a little bit lighter. And as with all of these figures, the body net is molded in. The only one of them that doesn't have that is the Berserker Predator. I can't explain that. You know, I see that it's molded in on like his pelvic guard and things, but as far as his body, the body net is missing entirely off of that character. On the 12-inch Predator, I went back and painted in by hand the body net, and that's what we intend to do as part of our video series on Patreon with the City Hunter Predator. So on the box, you see the artwork here on the side. The Hunter series has all 3 of the figures there. Nice artwork on the back. Shows you what the character looks like. You have the 25 points of articulation pointed out in your obligatory product shots, accessories. Then it has a little bio. It says, Predators, the most deadly and elusive hunters in the universe, have now chosen Earth as their otherworldly hunting ground. Special forces, police, and intelligence operatives, now aware of these deadly creatures, have united to track them down. But really, who's tracking whom? Utilizing advanced alien technology, these deceptive extraterrestrials have an array of weapons for any situation or environment. From dense tropical jungles to concrete-laden cities, the unseen predators stalk their prey and will only leave with trophies in hand. Test your mettle and choose your predator. Grab them before they disappear. Let the hunt begin. Then on the left of that little bio, you see some of the predators' script of their language, which is really cool, and nice artwork on the back of the box. And again, the logo header and everything that you see there. So what we're going to do now is extract him from this box. And these boxes are taped at the top. I think, yeah, also once there on the back. We'll open him up. See what we got going on here. Alright, so apparently this entire tray comes out, and then you've got a diorama to display him on. That's really cool. I like that. So there's his staff. That's really cool. There's the throwing disc. I like the design on that. There we go. And here he is outside of the packaging. I'm assuming that his helmet comes off. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's molded on. It looks like it is molded on. Yeah, his biomass doesn't come off. You see his plasma caster is on a swivel. His head is on a ball joint. Torso's on a ball joint, just like the 12-inch figure. Forward and lateral movement at the shoulder. Double jointed elbow, wrist rotation. Forward and lateral movement there. Double jointed knee or single jointed? Single jointed knee. 12-inch figure has a double jointed knee. Yeah. Feet are on a ball joint. Rotate at the hip. In my opinion, these aren't as articulated as a 12-inch figure. The 12-inch has a double jointed knee on it, and I thought for certain these did, but it doesn't. I also thought that their mask would come off, but it doesn't. I'm really surprised by that. That's one feature that I would expect in these figures that isn't on here. That's kind of a selling point for me, you know, being able to see their face. I mean, it doesn't detract a lot from the figure, but to an extent it does, you know, because you want to be able to take his mask off and play with him. And you can kind of see here a seam line where it's glued on. There's nothing there to indicate that the mask would come off. So it's molded on, that's okay. It's still a really nice figure, and his throwing disc, you see this peg there, it plugs into the side, and then you can put his staff in his hand. I'll bring this window box display up like so. So there is the 7-inch Hunter Series City Hunter Predator by Lanard Toys. Again, I didn't know the mask didn't come off. That's something I just learned because I just now opened this out of the box. But it's still a really decent toy. You know, it's $9.84. And I think you're getting a lot for that, particularly with the articulation and how nice these figures are. And again, you know, you could use a wash on these figures and repaint them like I've done. You know, there's a lot of nice detail there. His wrist computer, his body net, his staff, his weapons. You know, he has a minimized power supply back here for his active camo and for the plasma caster. And his plasma caster is designed differently than the one on the Jungle Hunter Predator, which leads me to believe that even their weapons are sort of specific to either a tribe or to achievement in hunting. That's part of their society and culture if you don't know anything about that. But I'm definitely looking forward to repainting this one for the Patreon channel. And again, you'll have to purchase a subscription to see those videos. It's going to be a series of videos repainting this figure, and we'll do all 3 of the Predators. I've got some Halo videos lined up that we're going to be doing on Patreon, as well as Rogue Tactics, which is a Star Wars project dealing with Rebel Alliance Special Forces. So thank you guys for watching my video review of the Lanard Toys 7-inch Hunter Series City Hunter Predator. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so you get a notification when a new video pops up. And stay tuned, there's more to come.